Welcome to the course Fundamentals of Physics 1, and in this video we are going to learn projectile motion. First, what is projectile? When an object is thrown in the air with some initial velocity and then allow the object to move under the action of gravity alone, the object is known as projectile. Here, you throw an object with some initial velocity. You use the initial velocity, throw an object with initial velocity and then allow the object to move due to the gravity. Right? This object is called projectile, and the path followed by the projectile is trajectory. That is this path, OPA. This path is called trajectory. For example, a ball thrown in any direction, a javelin or shot put throw by an athlete, an object dropped from window of a moving train. These are the example of projectile motion. Okay, the object or the projectile moves under the combined effect of two velocities. Two velocities. They are, first one, uniform velocity in horizontal direction. And uniformly changing velocity in vertical direction. So the projectile moves under the combined effect of two velocity. First one, uniform velocity in horizontal direction, that is this direction, uniform velocity in horizontal direction, and uniformly changing velocity in vertical direction, that is uniformly changing velocity in vertical direction. Okay, there are two types of projectile motion. First one is horizontal projection, and second one is angular projection. Okay, let's see one by one. First one is horizontal projection. Okay, consider a ball which is a projectile throw horizontally with an initial velocity from the top of the tower. Okay, this is the tower, this is the ground. The height of the tower is h, right? This is the tower. Okay, when you throw a ball from the top of the tower, from the top of the tower, it reaches the ground. First it moves with the initial velocity in horizontal direction, that is u is the initial velocity, and due to the gravity it moves in vertical direction, right? This is initial velocity. So OPA, this is the path of the projectile or path of the object. Okay, so first the ball moves and it covers the horizontal direction, and then due to the gravity it covers the vertical direction. So the ball moves under the combined effect of horizontal and vertical direction along the path OPA, and T is the time taken by the ball to reach the ground. T is the time, and horizontal distance traveled by the ball is x of t, that is equal to x. This is the horizontal distance. horizontal distance, and y of t, that is equal to y, it is the vertical distance. Vertical distance traveled by the ball. That is, initially the ball travels along the x-axis. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, right? Initially the ball moves along the x-axis, and then due to the gravity it moves along the y-axis, that is in downward direction, right? Let us consider ux and uy are the initial velocities of horizontal and vertical components. These are the initial velocities. So ux is the initial velocity of the horizontal component, and uy is the initial velocity of vertical component, right? Okay, now we are going to find the motion along horizontal direction. Motion along horizontal direction. Motion along horizontal direction. So initially the particle has no acceleration along x-axis. This is x-axis. There is no acceleration along x-axis. So a acceleration is equal to 0. And the initial velocity is constant throughout the motion. The initial velocity is constant. So ux, that is ux is constant. Okay. We know that kinematic equations. The equations are kinematic equation. First equation is B is equal to U plus AT. Second equation S is equal to UT plus 1 by 2 AT square. And third equation B square is equal to A square plus U square plus 2AS. This is first kinematic equation, this is second equation, and this is third equation, right? Okay. From the kinematic equation, from the second equation, we are going to find the displacement, that is S. S is equal to UT plus 1 by 2 AT square, right? Here, yes, displacement S is equal to X, because we are going to find the motion along horizontal direction, that is along the x-axis, that is, so displacement S is equal to X, that is the particle along x direction, and put A is equal to 0 and U is equal to Ux. We substitute these values in equation number 2, we get S is equal to X, this is equal to U is equal to uxt plus 1 by 2 A is equal to 0. So this term becomes 0, that is 0. So x is equal to uxt. This is the motion along the horizontal direction or along the x-axis. This is first equation. Next, motion along downward direction or vertical direction. Motion along vertical direction. Here, no initial velocity along the vertical direction, that is along y-axis. So, along y-axis, uy is equal to 0 because there is no initial velocity. So, uy is equal to 0. And the object or the particle move due to the gravity. So, A is equal to G. Acceleration A is equal to G. So, from the kinematic second equation, we know that kinematic equation S is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, right? Here, instead of S, we can put Y because the object moves along y axis. So S is equal to Y, and uy, here uy, right, uy is equal to 0 and a is equal to g, right. Put this value in this kinematic equation, you will get y is equal to uy, which is equal to 0, right, uy is equal to 0, 0 into t plus 1 by 2 g t square, that is y is equal to 1 by 2 g t square. This is the motion along the vertical direction. This is equation number 2, right. From equation number 1, x is equal to uxt. From this we can find t. So t is equal to x divided by ux, right. Now substitute this t value in equation number 2. Put t in equation number 2, we get y is equal to 1 divided by 2 g x divided by ux the whole square, that is t square. So y is equal to 1 by 2 g x square divided by ux square. You just rearrange this equation, you get y is equal to 1 g divided by 2ux square into x square. Here k is equal to constant, that is g divided by 2ux square. So from this we can find y. So y is equal to kx square. Here k is the constant, that is g, this is k, g divided by 2ux square, that is k, y is equal to kx square. This is the motion of the particle and the path followed by the projectile is a parabola. This is the equation of parabola. Y is equal to kx square. Now we can find the time of flight, horizontal range, velocity, speed of the projectile. Okay, first we are going to find the time of flight. Time of flight. Okay, time of flight, that means the time taken by the projectile to hit the ground, that is time of flight. Here let us consider the ball thrown from the top of the tower, and t is the time taken by the projectile to hit the ground, and h is the height of the tower. And we know that the kinematic second equation S is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, and along y axis the initial velocity is 0, so uy is equal to 0, and the object or the projectile moves along the y axis, so it moves due to the gravity, so acceleration a is equal to g, and we can take y is equal to h, that is height of the tower, that's y axis, we can take this as h because h is the height of the tower. So we can put these values in this kinematic equation. S is the displacement which along y axis, the object moves along y axis, so S is equal to y, right. So y, it is along y axis, so we can take this h, which is the height of the tower. So put this value here, you will get h is equal to u, that is uy, it is 0 plus 1 divided by a is equal to g t square. Instead of small t we can use capital T because we are going to find the time of flight, right. So h is equal to 1 divided by 2 g t square. This is the height, and from this equation we are going to find the time of flight, that is t. T is equal to t square. T square is equal to 2h divided by g. From this we can find t. T is equal to square root of 2h divided by g. This is the time of flight, that is the time taken by the projectile to hit the ground. This t is equal to square root of 2h divided by g. Okay, next one is horizontal range. Horizontal range, that means the horizontal distance covered by the projectile from the foot of the tower to the point where the projectile hit the ground. That is the object. So this is the tower, this is the foot of the tower, and the object hit in this place at the ground. So this distance, this is the horizontal range R, right? So the horizontal distance covered by the projectile from the foot of the tower to the point where the projectile hit the ground, that is horizontal range. So here we can take the kinematic second equation, S is equal to ux t plus 1 divided by 2 at square, because this x ux, that is it's along x axis, so ux, and here we can write sx because it along x axis, and here we can put sx equal to r is the range, and we can write the small t as capital T, and ux is u, and acceleration a is equal to 0 because there is no acceleration along the x axis, so a is equal to 0. So put these values in this kinematic equation, we will get sx, that is r is equal to this ux equal to u and t, that is capital T, plus 1 by 2, here a is equal to 0, so this total term becomes 0, that is 0. So horizontal range R is equal to ut. This is the horizontal range, and put the value t. Already we found the value t. T is equal to square root of 2h divided by g, right? Put t value in R range. We will get the range R is equal to u square root of 2h divided by g. This is the horizontal range, and this R is directly proportional to the initial velocity. U is the initial velocity and inversely proportional to the gravity, acceleration due to gravity. Next one is a resultant velocity. Okay, from the kinematic equation, that is first kinematic equation, that is v is equal to u plus at. So the velocity of the component along x axis, so we can write v is equal to vx, ux plus axt, because the velocity of the component along x axis. Now we are going to find the velocity along x axis. So here acceleration along x axis, there is no acceleration, so ax is equal to 0, and we can put ux equal to u. We will get bx equal to u, and this is the velocity along x axis, and along y axis this is the velocity along x axis, and the velocity along y axis, that is by is equal to uy plus ayt. right? And here along y-axis there is no initial velocity, right? So uy is equal to 0 and the object moves due to the gravity, so ay is equal to g, gravitation due to acceleration due to gravity g, right? So put this value in this equation, we will get vy is equal to uy, that is 0, 0 plus ay, that is gt. So by is equal to gt. This is the velocity along the y-axis. This is the velocity along x-axis. So the resultant velocity is that is v square is equal to vx square plus vy square, that is v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square, right? So you substitute this vx and vy in this equation, you will get v is equal to u square plus g square t square, square root of, right? So this is the velocity of the particle, resultant velocity at the time t, right? V is equal to square root of u square plus g square t square. This is the velocity of the particle. Next, speed of the particle. Okay, we know that the time t is equal to square root of 2h divided by g. Already we derived the time t is equal to square root of 2h divided by g, and we know the kinematic equation, first equation, v is equal to u plus at, and we are going to find the speed. So the object moves along the y-axis, so we can write vy is equal to uy plus ayt, and here we can write the ay, that is g, because the object moves due to gravity, so ay is equal to g, and there is no initial velocity along the y-axis, so uy is 0. So put this value in this equation, we will get vy is equal to uy, that is 0, plus ay, that is gt, right? So put t value in this equation, we will get vy is equal to g square root of 2h divided by g. So you simplify this equation, you will get square root of 2gh, right? Okay, now v square is equal to vx square plus vy square. From this we can find v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square, and substitute these values vx and vy in this equation, we will get v is equal to vx, that is along x-axis the velocity ux is equal to u along x-axis, so bx, here the velocity vx equal to u square plus by, that is vy square, vy is equal to square root of 2gh. From this vy square is equal to 2gh, so you put this value here, vy square, that is 2gh. From this we can find v is equal to square root of u square plus 2gh. This is the speed of the particle to hit the ground or to reach the ground.